Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Paranormal News. Tonight's article comes from nypost.com, the New York Post, and the headline is France, China, Developing Biologically Engineered Super Soldiers Report. It was written by Paula Froelich, and it was published December 19th, 2020. Just 2 weeks after it was announced China was developing biologically enhanced super soldiers, France has joined the fray in creating Terminator troops that can be bred to kill, according to a new report. Last week, France gave the go ahead for augmented soldiers, and some fear the super troopers could be the new norm in the recent future. The French seek to improve physical, cognitive, perceptive, and psychological capacities, and could allow for location tracking or connectivity with weapon systems and other soldiers. Among the ministry's research were drugs to keep troops awake for long periods of time and combat stress, and even surgery to improve hearing. The new species of augmented soldiers, dubbed Homo robocoptus, could also have altered DNA to give them enhanced speed and strength as well as robotics. Michael Clark, visiting professor in war studies at King's College London, told The Sun participating could be, quote, using DNA as a farmer would in a herd of cattle. We've reached a point now where we could potentially manipulate people's DNA to breed into them extra strength, endurance, and other things, just as we do with animals, Clark said. Just as we've done with standard cattle to give them more back, we can do that now very precisely with humans. Clark added that the bio race is being fueled internationally due to fears of China's program. What they're all thinking about is what might come up in 30 years' time, given another 10 years' development and experimentation, Clark told the paper. The Chinese in 30 years' time might have a cohort of people who are 20 years old, who've got particular characteristics they might have tried to breed into them by manipulating DNA. Due to DNA manipulation, future soldiers could also be immune to diseases and feelings. A recent report by the International Society for Military Ethics in Europe, obtained by The Sun, reveals a dystopic arena full of bionic men, capable of fighting all the time. Enhanced soldiers would be reduced to bionic men, who run fast, do not need sleep, eat and drink very little, and can fight all the time, the report states. A new species is born, Homo robocoptus. It's funny that they're calling him Homo robocoptus like Robocop. Sir Lawrence Friedman, professor of war studies at KCL, told The Sun, robotics are of more importance. There are people going back into combat in ways they wouldn't have been able to before, because prosthetics have been improved. You can use Google Glasses. There's lots of things you can now do with a modern soldier that makes them much more effective than they were in the past. If you want people to act just according to orders, going into great danger. The other trend you can see that is pretty active at the moment is drones, autonomous vehicles, and so on. While France claims it will abide by humanitarian law, French Armed Forces Minister Florence Parly warned, we have to be clear. Not everyone has the same scruples as us, and we have to prepare ourselves for such a future, she said. Here is some of the tech in progress to create Homo robocoptus, according to The Sun. Brain microchips. France has been given the all clear to develop microchips to enhance soldier brain power. Bionic eyes. Being developed in Hong Kong, this gives users infrared and night vision. Super hearing. The U.S.'s tactical communication and protective system are smart earbuds which boost soldiers' hearing to be near superhuman. Health implant. DARPA, the Pentagon's research arm, is developing cyborg implants to monitor combat efficiency. Enhanced limbs. A DEVCOM report revealed plans to equip U.S. soldiers with enhanced limbs for increased strength. Exoskeleton legs. The U.S. Army has tested an exoskeleton which can be attached to soldiers' legs and can increase their productivity by up to 27 times. Synthetic blood. Respirocyte is a theoretical red blood cell that could help soldiers not get out of breath and stay underwater for hours. Pain immunity. DARPA's Persistence in Combat initiative would allow soldiers to have their pain suppressed for 30 days. And that is the end of this article. So this is another article that proves that China is using genetic manipulation to create super soldiers. And now France is getting into it to where they're going to be doing the same thing. And they're also talking about not only France and China, but the United States developing technologies and cybernetic and cyborg type implants that will create super soldiers. So this used to be a thing that was labeled as conspiracy. That was something that if you talked about it, you were crazy. And people would laugh at you. And we told you years ago on Staring that this was taking place. We told you that this had been taking place for quite a while. It is now beginning to be made public, to where the public is becoming aware of what we've known for a long time. Now it is being presented as it's just now beginning to happen, but it has been happening for quite a while. Proof of that is the fact that we were talking about this years ago on the show, and now that it's coming out that it's just starting. I always think that it's important to do these kind of evidence shows here when you have something come out in the news that proves something that we talked about on Staring, but did not have any hard evidence that we could present to prove it. We were just telling you what was going on. Well, now here we have news articles being written that are proving what we said years ago is true. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this episode. It's going to be a brave new future when you're talking Terminator type soldiers. That's what the article said. It's kind of crazy. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think of this article, what you think of the whole idea of super soldiers and genetic manipulation and cybernetic soldiers. Basically, governments of the world creating cyborgs and creating genetically modified soldiers that are capable of things that no human being is capable of. So let me know down in the comments what you think. As always, it is up to you to decide. But at least now you can see that this is 100% real. This is happening. And I will catch you on the next one. Until I speak to you again, love many, trust few, and do harm to none. God loves you, and so do I. Bye-bye.